bunch of teams in action, including Kendrick Perkins. It's a little bit of a gold rush here in Golden State. The Warriors, they picked it up right where they left off.
Look at those pants. I wonder if they got them in the 54.
They don't. Sorry.
I need them.
Well, you can have them if you can throw passes like that, Perk.
You see Steph Curry, Steph Johnson, should I say, the no-look behind the back dime, on time, on target, and the smile and the joy.
He had 25 points in the first half. Kept it going here.
But look, this is what I like, right? The new system. Steph Curry being the primary ball handler, some nice screen setting going on right there.
Perk. You have to do the move.
And look at the isolation. Yeah, my boy doing the cha-cha slide.
A little wiggle there for Steph Curry. Gets it to Brandon Podziemski. Podziemski, he's feeling like he can pull up from Steph.
Tip in.
Not quite. Don't worry. Andrew Wiggins, though, he gets it. The Warriors, they lead by 11 at the break, Chene. But Steph Curry, he kept it rolling in the second half.
Look, first of all, let's talk about the handle, taking more responsibility, the nice little pump fake to the fillet on the lay-in, and I'll do the wiggle, Perk, since you won't. Pump fake there, step through, and then, of course, you've got the millisecond shot coming up. Turning the corner, he's able to get to the rim, he's able to knock down threes. What can he not do?
The Warriors, they win 128-110. Curry had 32 and 8. Let's take a listen at Steph on the rest of the season.
That is the 6 seed is the goal, because that, obviously takes you out, guarantees you a spot in the series, and that's what we want. But in order to, in the way our season's gone, taking a big goal and breaking it down, this is probably the ultimate test of stay right where you are, win every game that's in front of you, build up, a joy and an energy and, momentum.
Well, they've been doing all of that, Steph. You really have. Over their last 11 games, they've won 9 and held leads in each of their losses as well. And Golden State has used defense, right, to help sustain the run, ranking 3rd on that end of the floor. It's no coincidence Draymond Green is back. So as promised, Zach Lowe is here. Let's welcome him into the conversation because the Warriors, they are rolling Zach Lowe. So what have they proven during this recent stretch to you?
They have an identity. They've figured out their team. And what's always so tantalizing about the Warriors, even when they're in a slump, is they play a style nobody else plays, built around Steph and the way he moves around the floor and Draymond's passing. And when they're healthy and when they're whole, when Draymond's available, they were so close to landing on that identity. And then, bam, they got it. Draymond starting at center, a dose of Kuminga. Podziemski fits right in. Clay's playing better off the bench. He didn't make shots last night, but I like the way he moved the ball. They're getting Chris Paul back for those bench units. They have found a style and an identity on both ends of the floor that fits their team. And when you know who you are and you know what you want out of every possession, it's a powerful thing when you have a superstar like Steph Curry. Andrew Wiggins is playing better. This team is rolling. And if they can get into the playoffs, and it is a huge if, as Steph said, they would be a scary first-round opponent for anybody at the top of the West.
I agree with everything Zach said, but he left out a key word, the word new. New identity, right? They're playing differently now with this lineup, especially this starting 5. We're seeing a lot more pick and rolls with Steph Curry. We're seeing a lot of more isolations with Steph Curry, a lot more post-ups with Jonathan Kuminga. And it's the right mixture. It's like jambalaya, right? In order for it to taste good, you got to have the right ingredients in there. Sometimes you may throw in some Zumo sausages with shrimp and crawfish tails.
All right.
But that's what I'm looking at when I'm looking at the Golden State Warriors, right? You have Draymond Green, you have Steph Curry, the veterans, and then all of a sudden you add a sprinkle of Andrew Wiggins, who's in the middle of his prime, but has been struggling, but it fits well with him. Podziemski. I got his name right.
The crawfish or the...
It don't matter. I'm going to tell you what he is. He's leading the league in taking charges, right? That's a thing that doesn't show up in the stat sheet and is so valuable. So this starting 5 with Clay accepting his role, coming in off the bench with a new offense, this has been beautiful.
Well, the fact of the matter is that Steph Curry is taking matters into his own hands. I know a lot of people here, Perk, have been critical of Steph and his leadership in some ways, saying he needs to be vocal in what he wants. Well, everyone knows Steph Curry lets his play do the talking. And what have we seen? We've seen him, and Coach Steve Kerr alluded to this post-game. He's trying to be more aggressive to start games. He had 16 points in the first quarter. Watch this. Point guard responsibilities, rejects the screen, gets to his own 3. Again here, oh my, like I freaked out when I watched this play. Watch the push off. Bam, there he goes. He goes flying, knocks down another 3. And then here, again, has the ball in his hand, just able to use his handle, crosses over, tough finish with the pump fake there. Steph is taking matters into his own hands. I think he has heard the criticism. He reads it. We all know that at half. And most importantly, they feel better. They play more aggressive when he starts the game as such.
Right. He really is setting the tempo for the rest, the tone for the rest of the team alongside Draymond Green, as you pointed out so many times defensively. But at the end of the day, the question does it matter? And I don't mean that to just sound like glass half full. I mean that because that's how tight the Western Conference is. Is it too little, too late? Because if you take a look at after last night's actions, this is what the play-in tournament would look like in the West. It's insane. The Suns, they'd host the Kings in the 7th seed game. And then the Lakers, they would take on the Warriors. And both teams, remember, they need to win 2 games just to make it into the playoffs. Now, I would never bet against LeBron James or Steph Curry in these single elimination games.
But you're going to have to do that.
Right, exactly. Because the Lakers, they sit at 9th in the West. They're only a half game up on the Warriors after last night. Darvin Ham said that he expects, LeBron James to be back in action tonight against Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. But they really only have 25 games left in the season. How dire are things right now, Perk, for LeBron James and the Lakers?
I'm confused. Now, I'm not the I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but damn it, I am a butter knife, and I can't cut you everywhere but loose, okay? So when I think about last night, why did LeBron James sit out? Like, you're playing the San Antonio Spurs tonight, and all of a sudden, he's likely to play. He's going to be available. So I'm thinking about the All-Star game happened Sunday. You had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You could have played last night. The Lakers need that game. They're in the play-in tournament, right? You're 3 games away with 25 games left of actually getting into the playoff hunt. And all of a sudden, you didn't play last night against the Golden State Warriors when your team needed you the most, right? Like,
But isn't it a back-to-back? How old is LeBron James?
Yeah, but okay, if it is a back-to-back, why not sit out tonight? It makes sense for you to sit out tonight. You play the Suns on Sunday.
Are both of those teams in the West?
Yeah.
What you mean?
You're going to climb up the standings. I know you might think head-to-head you might want to win versus the Warriors. But I'm just saying,
but strategically, make it make sense.
It wasn't just LeBron James. It was also Kawhi Leonard that sat out leading into All-Star.
Right, but you could maybe more feasibly beat the Spurs without LeBron.
But what happened last time we saw them? They tried to play that gamble before. I think they won with AD and they lost with LeBron too. So
yeah, but it's a critical part of the season, the moment. We're at the second half of the season.
So you're saying he should play in every game?
No. What I'm saying is play against Golden State, okay? Give your team a better chance of beating the Warriors, right? Going head-to-head. Sit out tonight, then you rest tonight. You rest Saturday, and then you go against the Phoenix Suns on Sunday.
I mean, you know this. We both have been in this situation where sometimes they want to extend your rest, right? Like, so your rest, it's instead of dividing it by saying, okay, you play this game and then you're off this day, like, if you're coming off of All-Star break, we're going to give you a maximum amount of days instead of, breaking that up.
Yeah, 3, Shanae.
Yeah, but 3.
Yeah, but
you can 2 and then 1.
He's going to use that time to rest and rehab his ankle, and we don't know exactly what that rest and rehabilitation included. This is a time that players use to get their body right for that final stretch. I would have loved to see LeBron James in action against Steph Curry, but I'm not mad at that it's against Victor Wembanyama. Where do you fall on this, Zach? Looking at these next 5 games and knowing that really they're looking up at a lot of these teams in the standings.
Yeah, 3 games doesn't seem like a lot to make up, but 3 games with 25 or whatever games left, and you're talking about good teams ahead of them, that's a lot. I don't know if it's dire, but right now the chances are way more than 50-50 that the Warriors and the Lakers are stuck in that 9-10 game unless one of them really gets rolling and one of the teams above them gets into a bad slump. And the Suns game on that schedule, circle that one. The Suns have the hardest remaining schedule in the league. The Kings have the second hardest remaining schedule in the Western Conference. The Lakers and the Warriors have to be crossing their fingers that one of those 2 teams gets in a slump and gets down into their range to put number 8 in play. And that head-to-head game against the Suns is a big, big one for that reason.
Yeah, climbing up to that 6th seed will be very, very difficult for both of these. But